Hey, this is Brandon Figure. What we're looking at here is McFarlane Toys Hush Batman. It's supposed to be Hush 2 Batman figure, and um, I don't think it is Hush 2, it's just Hush Batman. Because in Hush 2, he had a yellow oval on his chest. And so this is the first one, the Hush Batman. So anyway, it's a good looking figure, great colorway, and the silhouette of the figure looks pretty good, but there are a ton of problems I have with this figure, and I will get into that right now. So, without further ado, let's get him off the stand and take a closer look. Now, I'm going to do some size comparison with this guy with a bunch of other figures. You know what that's going to look like, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Now, what we have here are Joker on the left and Hush Batman on the right. And the one on the right is the black and gray version. And the one on the right, it has a different sculpt on the chest. You can see the chests are completely different. It has different sculpt. And, this one has raised bat emblem. This one doesn't. It's printed on, and I like the way it is installed with the head. It's more flush into the shoulders here. It looks way better. This one has a little bit of a gap going on the bottom of the neck. I don't like that. That is very, very visible and kind of ugly. This one looks better. It's more flush, it's all the way down, and it still poses just as fine. So, you know. Obviously, I like the colors on the one in the middle. I think that looks way better in my opinion. Now, I have the Trinity on display, and they look fantastic together. They scale perfectly with each other, so they look really, really nice. I love it. The one on the left is Who is Wonder Woman, collector edition. And the one on the right is 0 Hour Superman with a cloth cape, a custom cloth cape. Here is Hush Batman next to Martian Manhunter and Green Lantern. And you can see that Martian Manhunter is really undersized there. It is really, really small. I will review Martian Manhunter someday. I don't know when exactly, but it's a pretty good figure. It's just really undersized. So anyway, that's all you got for comparison for now. Okay, I'm gonna go over articulation. Starting with the head, he looks up. Nothing. He does not look up at all. He looks down all the way, which is nice. But it looks like he broke his neck there. And then side to side, very weird looking. Good articulation, but weird looking. And it has full 360 swivel. So it has a lot of movement there, but I don't like that faceted shape on the bottom of the neck. It just looks so, it looks awful, man. I'm telling you, does not look good. And so, yeah, there's the cape is wired, and it is anchored. The wires are anchored to the clavicle area right here, so it can stay up, which is nice, like that. So that's nice. I like that. Now, shoulders rotate and go up this far. Thighs, biceps swivel. Double jointed elbows, like so. Wrist swivel, hinge, right? And the chest is always a problem, always. Obviously, no ab crunch at all. No forward movement at all, none. And he arches back pretty far, which is good. Full 360 swivel. at the top and the bottom too, but be careful with the bottom. It can scrape the gray paint if you try to do the swivel on the bottom. And then side to side goes about this far and this far, which is pretty good. And then legs go out this far, and it kicks back this far, kicks forward this far. If I really push it, I could, but it's still not that great. And it creates a noticeable gap, so kind of weird. And then thigh swivels, maybe a little bit, yeah, just a little bit of thigh swivel, not too bad. And then double jointed knees and swivel at the ankle, and feet go up this far, down this far, and ankle pivot and toe hinge about this far. So that's what you get for articulation. It's the same run-of-the-mill McFarlane action figure articulation. As always, they have the worst torso articulation. They always do. And so if I had to rate that, it would be like 2 out of 10. It's terrible. You cannot pose this guy. He falls a lot because of the ratchety design and their angles. You can't really hear it, but I can feel it. And there are different precisions, like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. And there's no right, like the correct angle for it to stand. So it keeps falling, like constantly. And I have to constantly adjust his standing position and keeps falling forward. If I move up that way, it keeps falling backwards. If I move this way, it keeps falling forward. So there's no middle ground when standing, and it's really, really frustrating. It is a very dated figure that McFarlane never updated, ever. This is reused multiple times, and I am sick of it because of the articulation. The sculpt work is actually pretty cool. I do like the sculpt work. I just hate the articulation on this guy. We're talking action figure here, not the sculpt work. And this figure cannot pose worth crap, because when you get him to do certain poses, you have to be very, very good at this. It's very creative, because if you're not too careful, basically, he poses really awkwardly, and I don't like that. So yeah, that's articulation for you. Very disappointing. Now let's go over sculpt and paint. To me, this is the best looking Batman head sculpt ever made from McFarlane. It's too bad he didn't make like a separate head sculpt, like he didn't make like a cut right here on the seam, like right underneath his ear, all the way around. So there would be a ball jointed joint inside that head, like right there in that area. It's too bad that he doesn't do that, but because that would have helped the articulation like a lot, because this guy is very flexible in the comics, and he looks up a lot in his poses in the comics. So the fact that they didn't update that is a shame. So yeah, that sucks. But the head sculpt is beautiful. Looks a lot like that Batman. I mean, this is the Batman head sculpt, and quite possibly the best one there is, like, ever. So this is my favorite. That's why I had to buy one. That's why I still have 2 versions. One that's blue and gray, and one that's black and gray. I might sell the black and gray someday. So anyway, it looks good. I love it. And the bat symbol is not sculpted on this time. It's printed, which is great. I love the colors, by the way. Absolutely love it. The gray is a perfect shade of gray, and perfect shade of blue. It's not too light, it's not too dark, it's just perfect. And I love the color of the belt. That's wonderful. I wish they did some shading, you know, like a wash on the belt pieces. Like, you know, the pouches. I wish they added some wash on them. It would have been really nice. And the sculpt of the arms look good. I like the shoulders. The chest looks great. I don't like the stomach area right here. It's cool, but it's, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It's just, it looks good. It looks good. And I like the trunks, right? It looks great. And then the thighs look great. Honestly, I think his thighs look a little bit, just a smidge too long. And I think his chest is a smidge too small. I think that chest needs to be wider. Just a little bit thicker and wider. Because he had a very thick looking chest in the comics. So this is not thick enough, basically. So it sucks. But other than that, it looks great. I do like that. And the boots look great, sculpted on, obviously, but the gloves are not sculpted on. See what I mean? It was just painted around it. But this one is sculpted on. So, and I do not like, well, these gloves look great, right? Sculpted gloves, and they're wrinkled up a little bit. I like that quite a bit, but it looks like the paint is chipped off a little bit. You can see a little bit of black here and there. See that? I can see the blue wearing off easily. Look at that. The blue is really wearing off very easily. It's just coming off. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. And so, and the cape looks great. I like it. It's shiny. Looks good, but I don't like the cloth material. I don't like it. I wish it was like pure, you know, like cotton cloth, like stretchy cloth, like they used for Superman. That would have been more preferred. This is cool, but I don't like the cloth material. It feels very thick, and it kind of feels like paper. So that's why it has a weird sound. So yeah, I don't like that. And it's missing something else. This is a Hush Batman, right? He needs treads underneath his boots. He doesn't have it here. Missed opportunity. They could have updated it and fixed it, but they didn't. Big miss. Shame on McFarlane. So anyway, it's okay. I just like the colors on this figure. And maybe, you know, the silhouette of the figure, but I don't like the neck, and I don't like the lack of sculpt work on some areas of this figure. So yeah. Now I'm gonna go over accessories. All he has for accessories is, other than the card and the disc stand and the card, you know, all he has are these, which is fine. But my real problem with those fist hands is, like, he's got batarangs and they're fine to me. I don't have a problem with those. My biggest problem is those fist hands. See the ridges on his hands? Inaccurate. Why did they give him those gloves like you would see from Arkham Asylum game, or they look like Michael Keaton inspired gloves, and which is cool, but this is the wrong set of gloves, the wrong set of fists, the wrong hands, right? They don't fit on this Hush Batman. Because look, you see this? It has no ridges on there. This one has ridges. McFarlane, why are you so lazy? McFarlane is very lazy. They just reuse parts. They don't care if it has sculpted something that's inaccurate. They don't care. They just do it. You know, it's boned in. So, it sucks. 0 out of 10 for accessories. let's go over the poses in my opinion. I think this is an okay figure. It's alright. But I hate this mold so freaking much. McFarlane cannot stop reusing this old ass figure. It's just unbelievable how many times he has reused this figure. He is obsessed with this mold. I hate this mold. This mold sucks because the neck articulation is terrible. It looks like crap when you pose it around, and his chest articulation is terrible. The torso articulation, it's just awful, non-existent. Ab crunch, and the legs, the way it kicks the legs upwards is like very weak, and it did not kick the legs very well, and the legs look really weird relative to his upper torso, and his angles suck. Like the angle joints are just terrible and keeps falling over. He keeps falling forward or falling backwards because there's no happy beat. There's there's no happy medium when standing him up, and it's the accessories suck, and he keeps reusing those fist hands with ridges on them, and it just pisses me off. I hate this mold so much. Um, that's why I don't like it. Uh, but it is a nice figure as long as you stand them straight up next to your other tall ass action figures. Like Wonder Woman. The collector edition Wonder Woman, and 0 Hour Superman, or any mold of that exact Superman body. It works wonderfully for those figures. That's it. So if you like how this looks, it's not that bad, but you're not going to be able to pose it. This guy cannot pose worth squat. So $28 for this is a bit much. It's too much money for this crap. It's an old figure made 3 years ago, and he just kept reusing it ever since. I hate it. I hate it so much. So anyway, that's all I gotta say about this figure. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and hope I see you again. So take care.